Bill and Melinda Gates are divorcing after 27 years of marriage. The announcement raises questions about the fate of their fortune. The couple helped create the Giving Pledge, but much of its Microsoft money has not yet been donated. Please watch the whole of this video to find out more. Also, don't forget to like, share, subscribing, and contributing to this video by giving your comments. Bill and Melinda Gates, two of the richest people in the world, do reshape philanthropy and public health with the fortune Mr. Gates made as a co-founder of Microsoft, said on Monday that they were divorcing. For decades, Mr. and Mrs. Gates have been powerful forces on the world stage, their vast charitable contributions affording them access to the highest levels of government, business, and non-profit sector. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, with an endowment of some $50 billion, has had immense influence in the fields like global health and early childhood education, and has made great strides in reducing deaths caused by malaria and other infectious diseases. Over the past year, the couple have been especially visible, regularly commenting on the worldwide fight against COVID-19 as their foundation spent more than $1 billion to combat the people. They went on to say that they had built a foundation that works all over the world to enable all people to lead healthy, productive lives, and that they continue to share a belief in that mission, that they no longer believe they can grow together as a couple in this next phase of their lives. What does their divorce mean for the Gates Foundation? The foundation said in a statement that Mr. and Mrs. Gates would remain co-chairs and trustees, and that no changes were expected at the organization. They will continue to work together to shape and approve foundation strategies, advocate for the foundation issues, and set the organization overall direction, the statement said. Even so, the divorce will create new questions about the fate of the Gates fortune, much of which has not yet been donated to the Gates Foundation. Mr. Gates, 65, who co-founded Microsoft, is one of the richest people in the world, worth an estimated $124 billion, according to Forbes. The Gateses have been married for 27 years and have 3 children aged 18 and 25. The Gates Foundation is the most important and influential philanthropic entity in the world today, said Rob Ree, a professor of political science at Stanford University. The divorce may have huge persecutions for the foundation and for its work across the globe. With 1,600 staff members in offices around the world, the Gates Foundation gives away roughly $5 billion each year in areas like global public health and development. Over more than 2 decades, the foundation has spent billions to push vaccines to the developing world, working with pharmaceutical executives to transform the market. The foundation tapped its expertise and relationships to play a significant role in formulating the global response to the pandemic, investing early in vaccine candidates and helping shape COVAX, the global initiative organizing the purchase of vaccines for 92 poor countries and dozens of other nations. Mr. and Mrs. Gates have won great praise for their effort, but the foundation has also received a fair share of criticism for working to protect the intellectual property rights of private companies. That has come into focus now more than ever, as many national governments have pressed for open access to COVID vaccines to put an end to the pandemic. Bill and Melinda Gates helped pioneer big philanthropy in its present form, said David Callahan, founder of the website Inside Philanthropy. Everything has been outsized. A former member of the staff who worked with both Gateses said people in the foundation's orbit were texting and emailing one another after hearing the news, trying to figure out what had happened and what it might mean for the foundation. The consensus was that it will be fine for the time being, the former staff member said, but there were questions about what the effect could be depending on how amicable the divorce is and how they work together going forward. The next time it came time to review strategies and future plans. While this is obviously a difficult time of personal change for our co-chairs, together they have assured me of their continued commitment to the foundation they have worked so hard to build together over the past 20 years. The foundation's chief executive Mrs. Max Sussman told employees. He described some short-term adjustments to their schedules, but said both would continue to participate in meetings inside and outside the foundation and will speak to staff directly at the upcoming annual employee meeting. While the Gateses did not provide details of how they would structure their finances, they are believed to have prenuptial agreement. The Gateses are the largest owners of the farmland in America and have vast investment through Cascade Investment, which manages Mr. Gates' personal wealth and owns large stake in the Four Seasons hotel chain, the Canadian National Railway and AutoNation, the country's largest chain of car dealerships, among other companies. The family's home and properties include a 66,000 square foot Washington State mansion, which features amenities such as a trampoline room, a screening room, and a multi-room library filled with rare documents and artifacts. Mr. Callahan said Mrs. Gates, 56, will assume even more influence in the year ahead. She already has her own firm, Pivotal Ventures, which she has used to invest in issues related to women economic empowerment. Mrs. Gates has his own private office, Gates Ventures, for pursuing interests outside the foundation. Should she receive a portion of Mrs. Gates' Microsoft holdings, she could set up a new foundation or make direct gifts to other causes she supports. You could imagine Melinda Gates being a much more progressive giver on her own. Mrs. Callahan said she's going to be a major force in philanthropy for decades to come. In 2019, Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, and his longtime wife, Mackenzie Scott, divorced. Mrs. Scott received Amazon shares of worth $36 billion at the time and immediately set about giving away billions of dollars in direct grants to a variety of progressive organizations. Mrs. Gates has recently stepped back from some of his business activities. Last year, he left Microsoft board of directors as well as the board of Berkshire Hathaway, the conglomerate run by his close friend Warren Buffett. Mrs. Buffett has donated billions of dollars to the Gates Foundation over the years. Mr. and Mrs. Gates have faced relationship struggles over the past several years. Two people close to them said there were several times when the relationship nearly collapsed, but they worked to keep it together, the people said. Mr. Gates decided to step down from the board of Microsoft and Berkshire Hathaway in part so he could spend more time with his family, the people said. When he was having trouble making the decision about getting married, he was incredibly clear that it was not about me. It was about, can I get the balance right between work and my family life? Mrs. Gates said in an interview in 2019 in the Sunday Times of London. And believe me, I can remember some days that were so incredibly hard in our marriage where you thought, can I do this? Thank you for watching, dear viewer. What do you think of our video? Please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Bye.